Well, well, well. What do we have here? It's a Twitch stream with Aurora versus Corrosion, that's what. So, we saw Corrosion yesterday in a thoroughly entertaining match, putting up that spotless record. And, well, it was not meant to be spotless the rest of that night, as we did get a 3-rounder versus Anomaly, which was fantastic to see, fantastic to watch. And that said, though, coming back here to maybe try and reverse it against Aurora, because now Aurora is the one with the undefeated record, and Corrosion trying to play spoiler. These two Diamond Division teams here, they've impressed these first few weeks, and they're looking to do just the same today. But with that, hello Twitch, how's it going? See you guys popping up in here. We have a few matches in a row for you. See lulz in the chat, as well as this is Paige. Which page are we on? As Lufu also stops by, and Jaycon, Thunderdash VR. Of course, saw yesterday. Speaking of Corrosion, and respect the ganja, I shall. Negative Zero as well, talk about Anomaly, but it's not an anomaly to see negative in there. Nice saves yesterday, by the way. But with that, here we go. Go into the first round. So I'm Palidore. Just Palidore. And we are set to begin. Like it or not. Alright, so Baron Dragon also in there saying, I want to see a Corrosion win. Smooth Raiden. And Salty Tuna Fish. So Salty Tuna had that amazing shot there in overtime of round 1 yesterday for Corrosion. And that first round, that really deceptively fast shot at that, it was pretty nuts, that release point. I think someone remarked it, it's kind of similar to National Agency for those who are familiar with his shot over in Europe. Just that really tricky kind of frisbee-like fling, but to get so much speed on it. So with that, let's see, go into it. Oh yeah, the bet. Alright, bet. I'll do it. Start a prediction here in just a second for you guys. As they just try and maneuver around. It's a Ghost Duck, setting it through that tunnel now. And just at the moment, the defense on the stack here, trying to get to the other end. But Moonface takes it back. Moonface hitting some nice shots as well. And I mean, this whole team just been super impressive. I think this is maybe my fourth cast of Aurora so far, but of course, as we get into week 4 here, you know, it's going to be a case where it gets more and more interesting with these undefeated teams. You kind of want to tune in and see, you know, when those streaks may or may not end, and even whether they do or don't, you know you're guaranteed some good gameplay. That's what we've seen a lot of here from these teams. Alright, I'm trying to get that thing for you up. Aurora, Corrosion. And there you go. Channel bet up and underway, and the shot just as well at the same time. So with that, first couple points. As apparently my thing just disappeared. Interesting. Interesting. Why is my overlay looking like that? What did I do? There you go. Alright, so, bet your points. I mean, again, whatever goes into the pool is kind of what you get. So, you get a lot of these cases where if one team, or one team gets a lot of channel point bets on them, the other team does not. Well, whoever goes for the underdogs tend to win a lot in that scenario. So, yeah, kind of, you get what's in the pool. But that said, over to the top of that tunnel. At the trap, it's going to be Tuna Fish who takes it back. And Tuna over to Salty. Tortoise, that is. 2 salty players here on this team. By name, of course, not by attitude, naturally. Will be Salty Tortoise, though, trying to bring it up the floor. And going for that backboard. But no one home, unfortunately. So, back to the side panel now, as it's taken here by Anubis. Anubis looking to the nest. The nest pretty contested, and in fact, it will be a turnover to Saluna. So, only the lone 2 points thus far, but maybe about to be a tie as they go right around for Tortoise. Just a hair into the goal. Right in that corner by the goalie's arms, but squeezed it by. And with that, well, hey, it's a tie. About 30 seconds left in that prediction thus far. Looks like a 12 12 people in favor of Aurora, 7 in favor of Corrosion thus far, but 93% of the points bet going the way of Aurora. So in other words, if some of you want to get in on Corrosion in these next 15 seconds, you stand to win quite a bit if the Corrosion does win. But that said, Saluna here with a disc, right back to her, I should say, by Moonface, and with that, a 2-point lead. But hey, look at this. I mean, whatever the bets say, all I know is 4 minutes in, and it's only a 2-point margin. It is pretty tight to start.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Baron Dragon in there saying, want Corrosion to win so I can get 10 points. But you're just in it for the money? Ugh, can't believe you. Don't blame you either, though. 10k points and whatever you win. I mean, that's probably enough for a caster to... should Corrosion win here. But with that said, Salty Tortoise is going to bring it up the floor. Has Tuna Fish on the other side. So that 2 Salt and 2 True on the shot. So that duo, they bring it back up to 4. Thunder Dash saying, I have no points. Spent it all on that VIP, I suppose.
7, 6, 5, 4.
But alright, so also see Single Shot in the chat. Welcome, Single Shot. And right now, welcoming themselves to the disc! Oh my goodness, it's Tortoise! Winning that race. And that's a 3-point lead for Corrosion. Wow, that was unbelievably quick. Just in a snap of a finger. See, ZZ Kalamata there saying, wow, this is going better than I thought it would. Well, hey, look, we saw Aurora plenty in the last week, or at least I casted them plenty. For Corrosion, my first cast of them, at least I'm pretty sure, it was in fact yesterday. I think they were casted by Dimwee and Co. a few times, but with that, Caesar coming in. The thing is, as a shot goes into the corner pocket here, no doubting the talent level of these players. I think in the Diamond Division, the race is actually pretty tight. I know Aurora's been doing very well, 6-0 now, but of course, Corrosion, they were up until yesterday undefeated as well. But I think there's a lot in the Diamond Division to look forward to. A lot of teams who maybe, you know, will fly under the radar a little bit until they do start getting more of these streams, and until we do get those Challenger Cups in the next couple weeks to see who might take those Master spots. So with that, Anubis over to Ghost Duck, and Ghost Duck over to Salty Tuna Fish. 4 minutes left in this first round, and just a 1-point differential. So the entire time thus far, it has been very, very well contested here. And can't say with definitiveness who's going to actually come out on top. We shall see. But like I said, Corrosion being the spoiler sort of team today, if they can, because they experienced that yesterday, and certainly based on what we saw yesterday, this is a team who can do just that. I mean, took Anomaly all the way to the 3 rounds. There was an overtime in there. Each round was only decided by a quick couple of points as they go up by 3. Ghost Duck right back at him. But yeah, all 3 of those rounds yesterday were just within a few points of each other, so I'm just saying, Aurora's been crazy good, but Corrosion has as well. Alright, so roll out here from Steel Sky to Caesar. Caesar into the trench. That's going to open things up for Saluna and Moonface as a very soft pass. Ooh, nice tap back to Saluna. And then to the cross. Ooh, but lost on the disc. Salty Tortoise managed to do a dive and stun. Otherwise, that was a very nice set of plays there from Aurora. Passes, that is. Super patient. At the moment, trying to proclaim themselves another goal, but a bit low, and Moonface is there nonetheless. So gathering their stacks and into the tunnel, but a good snag from Steel. So playing that midfield, and that's going to be sent out into the orange zone. There is one at goal, however, so Anubis gets that grab right back and sends it to the right lane. Taking it now is Tuna Fish, but another great grab, this time from Moonface, checking behind and just eyeing down the goal and seeing what there is to offer. But look at how fast that sack blitzed him, and then a turnover once again. So Tuna Fish sending it right side. Tortoise is there, but well, Caesar is as well inside the goal, so rolls right to him. And with 2 minutes left and a 3-point advantage, still anyone's game, certainly, but if Corrosion is able to get that disc back here, they should be in position maybe to, you know, stall if they can, or just waste a little bit of time. Make sure that you don't give enough for Aurora to come back with a couple scores. You know, if they do try and score, limit them to 2 points at best. Clock is definitely in the favor of Corrosion, and playing at their heels are Aurora. Maybe to counter to expectation as Caesar diving into a forest full of defenders, just 3 of them, able to all stun him out. So as it goes into the blue bubble, now an opportunity maybe for a little bit of potential ice. Let's see though. Will be taken back at the wall actually by Moonface, so losing the control. Good little fake as Moonface sends it over to Caesar. Caesar now has Saluna at Bowtie. Meanwhile at the midfield have Moonface and Steel Sky. So it will be Steel with the disc. Sending it up high. Needed to score pretty quickly, but that beautiful dive there. Not only the dive from Anubis, the stun, and then the rebound as we'll get over there though to Steel. So Steel, Moonface now up top. They got the shoulder, they've got the backboard, and they've got the score. 1-point game, less than a minute left in this first round.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
This match, indeed, going swimmingly, I will say, just as the chat. But all right, Baron saying, think these matches, quick way to pass time. Well, yeah, what better day than today as a 3-point play from Caesar is out of there. 2-point lead. I was gonna say, what a day for some matches every single day. You get to come home, you get to turn on the old Twitch TV, and you get to see these awesome teams competing at the high level. With that, they might have just taken this round at that. A big clutch shot. Let's see though, 8 seconds left. Corrosion now on their heels, 5 seconds left, couldn't find the disc, so that's just gonna be a deep clear and the opportunity lost. So how about that? Out of the jaws of defeat, instead it is victory, courtesy of Aurora, Saluna, and Co with that last shot. Pardon me, just quick drink. Gotta keep hydrated for these streams because we got 3 games in a row. But wow. Breathless, all I gotta say. And relentless was Aurora. Unfortunate miss, I kind of mentioned in the last minute or so of play. A minute and a half, right? That for Corrosion, just gotta get back and defend and maybe stall the disc. Or if they were gonna concede some points, like if Aurora got back in the offense, I mentioned at the time, the last thing, the one thing you want to do at the very least, just force them into a 2-pointer. Basically make them have to score twice in the final minute, which would have been a lot more tough of a task. But with that said, playing aggressively outside the goal and just an open one was pretty much the last thing that they did need, unfortunately. So with that, hey, Aurora staying spotless, at least for the moment. Corrosion, though, certainly impressing still. But have to hold it together this full 10 minutes, and let's see if they can come back. The big test that Corrosion is going to stand here and has to understand is just the fact that it's a new 10 minutes, and they cannot let what just happened get in their heads. At the moment, though, getting ahead is Steel Sky Diver. Right off the joust, 8 seconds. And wasted no time to just start off where they left off moments ago. But with that said, also Smooth Raiden, the tier 1 gifted sub. Why, thank you very much. Smooth Raiden gifting it to Mr. Ganja over there. I appreciate that very much, and yeah, cheers to you, and cheers to round 2 as Anubis tries to renew this effort for their team. Corrosion, a lot of stuns now at the midfield and kind of mishandling this disc a bit, so trying to position out a pass over to Tuna Fish. Tuna, though, a bounce ruggedly going the way now towards Caesar. Caesar eyeing down that 3, and Caesar with a C4 explodes for the 6th point. Aurora feeling good, for sure. Alright, so Caesar with a big hit, and he's had a handful of those in these streams over the last week or two. Meanwhile, Ghost Stuck trying to get back in this one. They're down by 6 points already, just a minute and a half into this second round. But a good pass off, the defense out of position, just one in the goal. Steel Sky gotta try and press up on this if they can, and they will. Whoa, what a hit. A centimeter off, and that would have been just dinged and out of the post. So that was, especially against a goalie like Steel Sky, I mean, you really got to be careful where you're shooting it. And, I mean, that was just perfectly outside the reach, but barely. All right, so with that Steel Sky over to, well, an intercept, actually. So, Ghost Duck. Here they go. They got a chance. The defense, again, all off balance. I mean, essentially a 4-on-1 on Steel, and definitely not happy about that one. But, I mean, for as great as Steel is in the goal, he'll only save it 4-on-1 sometimes. Only sometimes, not all the time. Tough go of things, and look, Corrosion's back within 2. Not a problem whatsoever for them. So Steel Sky just trying to keep control this time and not turn it over to that stack. You can see them looming and trying not to be too aggressive. That said, they do actually get broken up, so once again, if this is communicated, that's some off-balance defense they could potentially capitalize on. And Caesar continues to fire hot, right on the bottom of that pocket. Defense actually did get back almost there. I mean, almost had that stun, so Caesar had to shoot it a little bit earlier than maybe he initially wanted to, but it didn't matter because the placement was on point. And they got the points! And 18 meters a second at that, as Newt points out. Alright, so on this rollout, Anubis over to midfield, Tuna Fish with the disc, and sending it kind of on a bowling ball, but that's not going to get to anyone, unfortunately. Their rollouts were all stalled at the midfield, so was a recovery and maybe the punish, but no, Saluna not able to hit that time. So Salty, Tortoise with the disc, and now the stack over at the station, Moonface and Saluna, trying to disrupt Tortoise as it does get to the midfield. And now Ghost Duck trying to hit that through the mail slot, but the package not quite delivered, but they will still get the disc back and just back out really quickly over the back, over the head, and Anubis taking it, and dodging, juking, looking for the passing play perhaps, but unfortunately no one in the lane that Anubis was looking for. But with that, Ghost Duck trying to tap it off, and in the trap, Tuna Fish and Caesar contesting, but Caesar making a Caesar salad out of that, and oh my goodness, again, Caesar! All the way from Rome, makes it, hits it, and 11-4 they go. Less than 6 minutes left. Caesar, nasty, just nasty. That is a big hit. That is a big, furthermore, momentum building hit for Aurora, because it was looking for a second there. You know, the side of Corrosion, they were starting to cause some turnovers. They were getting a couple good looks and shots at the goal. It was looking like maybe they were about to stabilize. So credit to Aurora. They are able to just cauterize that wound and, well, cauterize the goal for that matter. They just lit it up. But that said, here's the man, Caesar, the myth, the legend, the leader. As it goes up here to Moonface, and Moonface right at the feet. 13-4, 5 minutes left. Yes, all the way from Rome, Newt, all the way. All the way. What if Pally revived Eclipse? What if I said, your dream is about to come true? No, just kidding. I just like teasing people. You cannot revive that is which been dead for many a year. But Moonface is in the clear for a goal. 16-4. Definitely the rhythm and momentum back in the favor of Aurora. Starting to stampede a little bit here in this round. Trespassing also in there saying, saw something on VRML. I mean, I had clips made as a team on the website, just kind of to preserve the memory of sorts, but that was it. That was it. That being said, all the way to the other end, and Saluna, no time at all. Oh, the save, but Anubis kind of dragged it in right at the edge of that goal. Unfortunate turn around there on an otherwise good save. I mean, you can see the attempted shot right in the bottom corner, kind of between the two corners, right at the post. So I mean, it was placed well. It was a good grab. But on this launch, Tortoise here sending it over to Duck. Duck over to midfield, back to Tuna, and Tuna not a lot of room as Steel allowing the disc to come to him after their teammates in the midfield played defense. Now with that in the top lane, top of the bubble, Steel's there to contest, but back to the trap as Tortoise looking to collect. A couple of players there in the tunnel, but just throwing it right into the arms of Caesar. Caesar been hot in this game and maybe looking for some more. Moonface trying to feed Steel over there. Now Steel and, over to Saluna, perhaps, as Caesar places at the post, but a little displaced on the shot, on the disc that is, as no shot will be had, and Tortoise right back. Shout out to Superstab, by the way. Super nice of you for the Prime Gaming subscription. Appreciate that tremendously. As the tunnel clear is out. Now regrabbed just outside the bubble, trying to contest him as Moonface. I mean, 1-on-3 essentially, but dealing a bit of damage as Steel's able to gather. Sending it over in a hurry to Saluna. Saluna from the top to Moonface, and the good snag there. Tortoise able to get a clear just as well, but looking like maybe a pick back by Caesar. Caesar trying to eye down Saluna now, and spacing out left-right. As a, oh my goodness, Steel Sky. Shouldn't even be a surprise because they've been, they're feeling good, okay? We've seen some of these plays already from Aurora the last couple weeks, and now they're starting to finish with flair on top of it. So, 20 points, 2 minutes left, and a pretty hefty lead. And Corrosion unable after a miniature rally in the beginning of the second round. Just not able to really gather and get too much more going. And really all started with that Caesar 3. From way over here in the tunnel. It was just an immense shot. But with that, Anubis passing it up to Tuna Fish. Tuna Fish being displaced by the stun. Now trying to latch onto each other for a grab, but it will be Tortoise with a take back. So over at the Cloud, will reposition. Minute and 30 seconds left just about. Oh, good stun. Dusty. And another Dusty attempt, but not so successful there. But still, Ghost Duck will take it. Now, Ghost Duck has the goalie being bothered, so trying to look for maybe that 3-point attempt, but just not enough time to find the line of sight. So with that, a turnover. Saluna now being stunned out as it goes back into the tunnel. And deep into the end zone. That is nearly good again. Another one of those tunnel shots, this time going the way of Corrosion. But they'll still have another opportunity there for Anubis as he drives it. So Salty Tortoise with a disc has a couple options here. Back out, maybe, as Anubis tries to gather, but Moonface is going to pick it off. Now Moonface heading it right past the sack, actually. Just able to connect on the pass. Saluna trying to connect right back. But with less than a minute left, this will be the 2-round victory. It's looking like, indeed. Aurora trying to pile on a couple more points if they can. So up top to Saluna, and up top on the shot. 22 points for Aurora. Assist there to Steel Sky.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
And so following this match as well, as we do conclude this one, we will be going off to Supersonic versus Synergy. So how about that? As we have Ghost Duck by the tunnel, but in flux and in trouble, but slapped right back into the mid lane. And with that, the 2-rounder will go, in fact, to Aurora, and they will maintain that spotless record still yet over Corrosion. Corrosion, fantastic showing in that first round. Just lost it at the last 30 seconds or so off that shot from Saluna, around 20-some meters out. And we're pretty much able to take that and just build it into a stronger, even stronger second round. Corrosion couldn't really recover off of it, unfortunately, but, you know, with that, will be the round, the series in a sweep. And yeah, I'm looking forward again to seeing these teams. I know people are pretty hot on Aurora, eyeing them and what they might do going into the Challenger Cups, potentially a master team in the making real soon. And, you know, based off their performance today and the last couple weeks, would not doubt it whatsoever. So, gonna be fun to follow. Absolutely. But with that, I'll give you guys a quick look at the score. Give me just a moment to kind of organize myself as another Tier 1 sub this time. Smooth Raiden once again, sending it over to Swimmingly. Well, how very neighborly of you. Thank you so much again from Smooth Raiden. Always appreciate that support. Alright, so be right back. I'll leave you guys on the score screen here and readjust for our next match coming up in a hot second. getting going, and that's a good move from Ignite. The pass there, slowly rolling the way of VTS King. VTS slapping it over, a catch by Duel. Duel sending it to the sideline. Now will be Franz, rolling it up the floor to Wolf. Wolf on the approach, handing it out to the corner. There's a team play, but there is the save away, and Phoenix through to bring it within one. That was a nice one. Oh no, and the dab. Oh no, and the double dab. I'm done.
BTS King working his way along the left side. There's no pressure right now. He can take his time. He passes to the right. NTS Franz is below. Goes off the backboard. NTS Franz brings Ignite up by 9.
Not quite able to pick it up, and the shot goes out off the mark. Looks like it's going to be Gordon Jr. picking that up, doing a nice spin move, but the shot was off the mark. But he's able to get it that second time. What a pocket by Goran there.
With it at mid, sending it in, is going to hit Meatballer. Meatballer encroaching on the bubble. Al coming in. What a stop there by Com. Going to be picked up by Al, and Ryan coming away with it, but Arcos leader, no Com with another grab. Connor Chaos with it now. Connor Chaos going to back it up. 17 seconds, sending this one up, but red there by Jay Walker. Jay Walker with the clear.
Mozzie.
Mozzie, he's going to get his pocket picked. Ryan with it. Ryan Hager shot there from Jay Walker. That was disgusting.
Keep on, I shine. Will surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. To start again. I'll see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes.
Can't get the grab. 8 seconds. Now 8 seconds in that far side. The inside trap. Fish is going to check. Shock this. Whoa. No.
Oh! Worst just won it at the last possible second.
Bounce off the backboard and off the back of the crossbar. Be picked up by Simon. Simon under pressure now, able to avoid that defensive player and put it in.
Trying to run back up on the Great British Empire here, and they're able to get those 3 points.
And I think that's exactly what Blank needed momentum-wise. You know, it's now a 1-point game, a little over halfway through. This is definitely doable for them, so that was very important to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. And Howler will take the disc here. Some good passes back and forth here, getting around that defense. Difficult passes as well. They're not easy passes under pressure on the table. It's kind of one of the most difficult passes to make. Zeko Zero will make a couple of ducks here. In fact, get past the defense.
Gonna hit Zenith up to Mad. Setting it up, hits Sealable. Sealable does not have a lane there, as that is .com all the way back to the goal. He does play very, very deep back. And Zenith is able to play it.
Back and forth and stunning coming up from both teams as Voodoo gets a nice, oh my god.
A clear from Caesar. Losing his arm a little bit there, but not losing the disc. Saluna dropping it, but Moonface taking it right back, sending it over, and oh my goodness, Moonface making a crater into the goal. 16 points, 25 meters deep. Palidore here with VRML Top Plays, featuring a match between Synapse and Joker. And man, were these highlights great. 13 plays on this list, starting off with some good defense, but Joker escalates their crimes from jaywalking to straight-up thievery. At 12, forget what you know about snakes because this Mamba's got hands. A sweet pick and pop from a narrow angle just past the defender. At 11, forget what you know about snakes again, because this Mamba's got wings, flying into a well-read rebound and uncoiling with a fancy finish. Number 10, it's game from Joker doing what he does on the regular with a tight fadeaway as the clock fades away on round 1. Next up, it's game again with a Matador move as he bullies the defense. I know what you're thinking, keep those puns up and you'll be mad at door too. Moving on. At 8, it's Jaywalker trying to juggle, as Jokers do, but .com gets some revenge from earlier with the blockage. At 7, the Apex Predator is back. Mamba hunting heads, then hunting that disc with laser focus in spite of the jukes during round 1 crunch time. Forget what you know about snakes. What you need to know about Mamba is that he's right at home here in the Master Division. Cracking the top 6, damn the top of several heads. This shot takes a fortuitous bounce off of .com's noggin, and then it's Zach going full Hulk mode to halt both of Joker's stacks, allowing his team ample time for an open goal. At 5, Jaywalker's back to his criminal ways with a vital takeaway late in round 2 to tie up the game with a minute 20 left and ultimately to force an overtime. More on that later. At 4, it's Jaywalker in game with a nope to save what looks like a guaranteed goal thanks to that excellent stack. In your top 3, it's top-notch flash and function. First caption leads the perfect bounce pass to Mamba, and then Mamba hits a cutting Zach who styles on the finish with a smooth spin cycle. Number 2, look at this. It's Zach doing a full 180 into the save while simultaneously reaching behind himself to grab the goalpost while also having the wherewithal to swing the disc low to prevent a potential self-goal. And for those who haven't seen that video, I'm gonna just leave you guessing on what number 1 was. But that said, hi guys, I'm back. Palidore here with VR Master League Channel 1. We've got a Gold Division match coming up here next between Supersonic and Synergy. With that, the channel prediction is up. We have about 3.5 minutes left on that, so if you guys want to bet your points, get that in there. Now, all the meanwhile, what's up, chat? See Lufu and Sweet Mom in there, as well as Alex or Alux. Well, hello, how are you? John Tejada, what's going on? Mr. Mrs. Tejada, Texas Toast. It's going very, very well. How are you? Yeah, hi guys. Sorry to Lil Red Wolf if you're still here. I didn't do a good job paying attention to your word sneak, did I? I don't know. I feel so much time is expended. I should just refund it. I think it'd be kind of lame if I use it now. It's just been too long. Yeah, points should have been given out for the last poll. Just keep in mind, not a ton of channel points were in the pool for the side of Corrosion. So yeah, it's all kind of what people put up to bet. The channel points are taken from other people. They're not, at least as far as I understand it. So you can bet a ton of points, but it doesn't mean Twitch generates a ton of new points. It's just a matter of how much is actually in the pool to win. So with that, I know the votes themselves were actually somewhat even. I think it was something like 14-8 or something along those lines. It wasn't huge separation in the number of votes. It was just a big separation in how much was actually bet. That's all. A single shot saying, yeah, might be bugged. Maybe if you refresh, should hopefully be okay. hopefully. Yeah, Southern Sniper in there saying bet 4K on Corrosion would have won like 50K if Corrosion won that game. Look, they were close. They were close. At least in that first round, it was just right up to the last second, the last few seconds. Well, 30 seconds I think it was, but still, definitely was within reach. But yeah, Aurora, to their credit, continuing to roll hot. All the meanwhile, though, these two teams are up and in here now. We've got Supersonic and Synergy, as you can see, both in that gold division, and both with pretty dang nice records, I must say. Look at that, a 6-1 for both of these teams. Now, a little bit of MMR and some ranks in the ladder separating them, but, I mean, we'll see how that actually plays out over the course of this match. But over here on Supersonic, we got the in-game roster of Wet Taco 87, Jake, Ryruff, and Dark. They also have Apollo and Phlegm enthusiasts on the roster, as you can see there. Then for the side of Synergy, rolling with a roster of Rara, Average Male, Slime Kraken, or Slim Kraken, excuse me, and Pandu. Also have Chewy and Small Fry on the roster. Slime Kraken. I don't know. But yeah, seeing these teams on the stream, I have streamed Synergy, I believe once this season. Meanwhile, for Supersonic, this will be their second stream. And actually, yeah, that is okay. So I did stream Supersonic. It was back in the week 1, though, the very first day. In fact, that was literally day 1. Supersonic versus Project Hope, January 4th. So that one actually was streamed in that case. But this will be their first stream since then. So it's been a few weeks. Of course, so many teams in this league. We're all the way up to somewhere in the area of 260 or 270 now. Last I checked. I mean, a ridiculous amount of players. 2,000, over 2,000 active ones on. Active teams at the moment. So, pretty crazy. All the meanwhile, oh look, a VIP has arrived. It's VTS King in the Twitch chat. Great to see VTS. Whether it's in this stream or his own streams. Of course, go give him a follow. Another one of those do as I say, not as I do kind of things, because up until last week, I apparently never followed him on Twitch, despite being around all these years. But I don't know. I blame that on Skinny somehow. He's fired. It's been a while. I'm following him now. Don't you worry. But it's just it somehow got missed. So don't be like Palidore. No. Don't be shameful. You gotta go follow VTS King. And yeah, Lul's in the chat there saying big gap between position and. Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, we'll see if it's actually indicative of how these teams play. You can see, obviously, the roughly 20 MMRs separating them, but the records are the same at 6-1, and I mean, it doesn't really matter who you're facing, but at this gold division, we've seen the skill level of these teams. It's still nothing to shake a stick at whatsoever, so I would not be surprised to see a technical upset either in terms of rankings. But we'll see. Both of these teams are feeling good. Obviously, the Synergy's got the synergy. I'm curious if Supersonic's got the speed. Or the burgers. Because Sonic. But Phenom asking how long the front row lasts. So I was under the assumption at first it was supposed to be 30 days because, well, that's what the extension and website says. And then they totally changed it and then false advertised me, so I'm totally suing them now. Just kidding, I'm not. But I believe 5 days because I messaged the extension developer directly about it, and they mentioned they changed it to 5 days recently because they got people apparently saying that it was too long. But that said, the developer also told me that they have a patch being pushed through soon that will enable some custom settings. So I think right now it's 5 days, but once it gets patched, I'll change it to something longer, most likely. But yes, one of these teams ready now, just waiting on the other. They've both been pinged over in the Twitch chat, or in the Discord chat, I should say. Following this match as well, we still have another stream on the way, one more in this string of games, which will be between Breakfast and Phoenix. So apparently that's what's for dinner. Not the bird, the breakfast. Breakfast is for dinner. Maybe the bird. I don't know. We'll see. But with that, not quite sure what we're waiting on. I do have, since yesterday, all the players muted on stream for me. I got into the PTS and I had to kind of re-download Echo to switch back to the live, and I think my settings might have gotten switched at the time, so I can no longer hear the pre-game comms, so not really sure what's going on. Hopefully we do start soon. Got about 5 minutes left. I mean, we got... Okay, well, let me see. We got 5 players on one team. We got a spectator in the game, it seems like, who shouldn't be there. In fact, okay, well, I'll ping the teams. Not in... Okay, there we go. They left. Now we're good. That was the case. So, yeah, we had an extra spectator, and apparently they didn't realize they can't have an extra spectator when they're being streamed officially. So, with that said, round 1 is underway, and, yeah, thank you guys for joining me here on... in Season 3, Week 4. Just a pleasant Tuesday evening. Alright, so let's go. First round underway, and it's going to be snagged by Jake. Not from State Farm. As they go right across the blue way, and Pandu takes it back and sends it back to Jake with a pick. So a quick exchange of possessions as they try to drive into the goal. A pass right below, beyond the grasp of his teammate there. Dark trying to get that through there as Jake takes it. Jake being stunned. Rara, the recovery, sends it through, and unable to get that clear, but grabbing it back is Taco. Taco to the pack, and Apollo has Dark. Maybe on track for a score here, but couldn't handle on the anchor. Get a handle on the anchor as they do slap it over to the outer bubble and to the Pac-Man again. So now snagged by Dark. Dark across, trying to make way for the goal, but these passes just not quite hitting the way that these teams want right now. And this may just enable Synergy to get back, but slap out really quickly by Apollo. So Apollo's searching, and Pandu as well. Pandu finds the teammates over at the midfield by the bow tie. Rara anchoring over at the station. Positioning here pretty nice for Synergy. You got that triangle working in the bubble. Meanwhile, the QB approaches. But again, it's just a mishandle of the disc. That's the only thing that's being lost here. But the disc now being saved by Dark. So keeping the goal Dark and doing a great job in the defensive lane. With that said, can they turn it into offense? Looks like they may have a chance as Dark gets a disc and clears it, actually passes it over to Apollo. So Apollo threw into the bubble and grabbed by Dark. Dark gonna tap off and fire away, but the ricochet instead. Ryruff in the chat now, saying howdy. Howdy, hey, hello. I wonder who you're cheering for. As it goes over to the bubble. Now taken here with a headbutt. Oh, Dark! Wow, he got the 3-point play with the most gentle headbutt I've ever seen. Floating it in. What a smart and literally heady play that was. Wow. Now, who... Remember what I said. These players, they can play, okay? Don't make a mistake because it's not Master Division. You can expect stuff like that. Although I will admit I'm a little bit surprised. In that case, it is not often. Not often at all. I'm talking maybe 1 in 500, 1 in 1,000. You do not see a lot of headbutt threes at any level, at least that are on purpose, I should say. I think in a sanctioned VRML match, I've seen it once or twice, maybe. It is not a frequent thing. And again, I've casted probably 900, 1,000 games at this point, as a big shot goes from Dark now to put them up some more. So I think maybe building some momentum off of that purely because that in itself was hype. It wasn't quick, but it was hype. 5 points for Supersonic, looking good to start. And yeah, for those who might not be aware, the thing is, behind the headbutt play, the reason that's significant is if you shoot a 3-point shot and it misses, as that shot misses, but if you shoot a 3-pointer and then you headbutt it in, like if it misses and you headbutt it in, it will still count as a 3. It only counts as a 2-pointer if you grab the disc inside the bubble. So if you fire off from 3-point range and you headbutt that, that's gonna stay a 3-pointer. That's why it's so cool to see. That said, it'd be very cool to see some points here as a backboard play from Slim to Average Mail. That's what's cracking, and they mail it in. So 2 points now, breaking that seal for Synergy, and see if that gets them going. Fane, I'm asking a little earlier, does putting bits up every 4 days keep you here then? Honestly, I'm not sure. I am not quite sure. I almost, maybe. Only because I feel like it's already been 5 days, since you first got on the board, right? Or Far got on the board, because that was like back on Thursday or something. Well, in any case, over there to Rara is gonna try and find that place pass, but good cutoff in the lane by Jake. Now a couple of stacks, but a couple of leeches on the stacks will open the lane for Dark! Right through the alley. It's 8-2. Another score for the Super ones, and the very, very Sonic ones. That was no time wasted between that clear and then the boost. I mean, 30 seconds into that last joust. And yeah, Dark is indeed popping off, as Ryruff says. Of course, Ryruff, one of the rostered players here for Supersonic. Teammates, and cheering their team on. Great to see always the support from not only, rostered players, but from friends and family and co, who I believe we do have up in the Twitch chat as well. So definitely cheering these guys on as they, once again, boost across the field in just a hurry. Rara with that disc, and see if they could hurry that shot to maybe close that gap a little bit more. Would have been a 3-point match had they been able to make that 3, but that set a turnover instead. Jake is going to clear that out the way. That's a pretty deep heave. Will bounce low, awaiting the rebound from Slim Kraken. and Slim needs to get that out of there, but instead Taco with the recovery. Taco finding a bounce to Dark, and wet Taco to Dark, and they are definitely in a groove. An 8-point advantage. 4 minutes left in round 1. But nice assisting and nice job, one from Taco to find the hot hand, and well, Dark for putting himself in a position where he could receive a good pass and could make a good walk-in score. That's the thing, you're setting yourself up and your teammates up for success by how you position. So love to see it as Rara eyeing down the backboard bounce as well, and maybe a slap shot rebound from Pandu. Not the play they wanted, but certainly the results that they did. And it's a 6-point differential here as they close the gap just a tiny bit. But very nice from Pandu. Very, very nice. So for both of these teams on their successful record here, for Supersonic, I mentioned we streamed them on day 1 of week 1, and that was the only match they have lost thus far. Since then, they have been spotless, winning their last 6. Hold on, wow! Look, Dark! I don't know what you had for breakfast, but you should have that every single day. Definitely in a rhythm. That is 13-4 Supersonic putting on the heat and the pressure as Synergy finding themselves at their heels. Will be less than 3 left in this round now. Now over to the top, picked off here, Pandu, just a little bit faster, kind of identical momentum almost, a tough grab. So that's always frustrating. It's just if your arms were a little bit longer, you gotta feel like. But that said, might still have a chance here. Pandu gonna contest Jake. Jake just a behind the back clear, right into his teammate, actually, to Dark. Dark managing to snag it. Now Dark, if you make that one, I'm quitting. That said, a grab from Taco and a bounce off the pole. Back to the wall and retained here. Now to the trench. So over to Taco. Taco trying to find a cross to Jake from that boot. But back into the right lane as the contest is going for those extra stuns. And meanwhile, all the orange players here for Supersonic get back into the defensive lane and they recover it. So they'll have some offense there. Man, another shot nearly on. Who is this guy? But that said, average male. Trying to get that disc as Taco just loses it or sends it over here to Dark. Dark trying to let it over, guide it to the teammates at the side, but the rhythm here a little bit off. They're still going to be fine though with that 13-4 lead. And once again, repositioning, see if they can find an easy pass. Bouncer, another kind of rugged one. So got to be careful as good as they're doing right now. Do not want to lose too much steam as we go into the second round. You want to still be firing off hot if you can. But speaking of, piping hot was that boost coming in from Slim & Co. Able to knock the disc loose a little bit. Will be Taco sending it to the nest. Oh boy, nest is open and the egg has been hatched. It's 15-4. Taco doing a very, very good job, I must note also. Just trying to find those teammates on the passes. Getting the open player and letting them do their thing. So Pandu with a send-off into the wall. Gonna bounce a few different times before Taco gets it. They have the back pass and they got the sack already well prepared. So again, you can see they're very well communicated on this team. They know where they are. They know what they're going for. And right now they're going for a score, but snag out from Slim. Certainly wishing the margins here were a little bit more slim, but let's see. Jake! Man, the full wingspan. Wound it around the bottom corner of the goal. And 17-4. What a just stampede we're seeing in this first round from Supersonic. All right, so with that, we got the first round in the books to Supersonic, and let's see how they can come back. I think, just trying to find a little bit better angles on their passes next round for Synergy. That is, find more careful passes and try not to get too caught up in this midfield clear and boost and brawl kind of thing, because Right now, it seems like Supersonic has just been winning a lot more of those on the whole. But real quick, go to the score screen for you. Hopefully the stats are up. And allow me just a second to hydrate. Alright, so we're back into the second round, and again, thank you guys over in Twitch for joining me here on VRML Channel 1, as a quick joust is going to be handled by Pandu. Pandu over to the midfield, as it's going to be snagged by that stack. A nice redirect, so I like to see that from Synergy. Those are the kind of grabs you do like to see. And again, here we go, the defense now, trying to get back in position, but like I said, those passes, if they can start connecting, but a bit too much mustard on that made it a tough catch, so we'll go back to Taco through the tunnel. Now gathering their stacks, speed coming in. Need to get back even faster because that could have been a bouncer, but instead Ra does get there in time, so seeing if they can just connect on a few more of these plays, because, you know, Synergy, as that almost goes in, will in fact have a secured goal by Slim. Not to be confused by Slim, of course, of EU. Slim Kraken. And happy to crack the goal for their first 2 points in this round. That's the way to start. Slime, that's right, Slime. Dark here, trying to clean up the grime, and it sends it over just in time to Jake. Jake to the high pass, now going down to the floor as Dark sends it to the Bow. Now Bowtie over to the Pack, and Dark trying to pass over. Couldn't connect on that one, however. Echo Salvo in there asking anybody in chat on Ignite? Probably. Ignite is everywhere and everything. Right now trying to find something is Apollo. Diving down into the goal. Nice work from Dark and Taco, because they had been stunning the goalie and bothering the goalie, so Apollo patient and just waiting until they had an opportunity for a shot past the goalkeeper, and got it done. Well coordinated. But yeah, Echo, we saw, I know VTS was in here just a little bit earlier in that last match. Of course, Ignite, always wonderful. You might have seen too in some of our replays, half of our replays, you see the casters and cameramen listed in the replays now, and that's as Dark. Well, we're gonna get a look at that replay here because that's 2 in a row. Both of them assisted by Jake at that. The last 2 goals. But you kind of see, yeah, it alternates between front row and showing the casters and such between rounds. And again, that's a full credit to Ignite and to Franz for the great work. Just doing all these little things to make the streams cleaner and easier, a lot easier on the casting and the camera, and cannot over accentuate how much Ignite helps with that stuff. But with that, Fantu, wow, I was thinking Phenom for some reason, and then I said Pandu. Well, that's okay. Slime and Fantu as they go for the goal. Tied up. A little bit of a thing. You see it every now and then. With that, though, the way I look at it is this: stuff happens. It's 5-5, so basically it's 0-0, right? Yeah, no harm done, no foul. Just keep going. Just keep going. It's happened to all of us at every tier. One of my teammates was slightly famous for that once upon a time. Once upon a time. So it happens. In any case, it's going to be a clear off into the top, bouncing off the cloud, or near the cloud. Back to the mid lane. 6 minutes left here in this round, and a good snag from Slim. Slim Kraken trying to contest at the bottom there, as well as Taco, and now once again going back to their stacks. So these piles kind of forming the tunnel, trying to get some positioning now in the midfield, which I do like to see from Supersonic here, and kind of what I'm saying as well for Synergy, see if they can get the positioning. Because see here, for instance, even if they had recovered, they really didn't have passes. They had 2 in the trap, and they had 1 out of line of sight in the tunnel. So I think that's where it's going wrong at times for Synergy, is that some of the passes are a bit too strong, and then when they do get possession, they don't always have the positioning, you know, on a pass already prepared. I think that's kind of a difference maker, because you could see when Supersonic had been contesting in the mid lane, look, they're spaced out. They have an option for a back pass. They have an option for a station pass. That kind of positioning there for Supersonic and their team, that's what you do like to see. But that said, a very well-timed shot off of that pass. It's Pandu able to grab it just before the defense just wrecks him. So, good stuff.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, taken here. And, oh, wow, the headbutt's coming out fast in a hurry. It's snagged back, so maybe an opportunity, actually. Synergy, push it up. Oh, couldn't finish on the shot, though. It was a good look, trying to go for that anchor into the bottom pocket. But not what the doctor ordered, not what the doctor pocket ordered. But certainly that one is a pickpocket now. It's Pandu. So Pandu over to the shoulder, rah-rah from the back, and all kinds of bothersome defense. Or offense bothering the defense. And Rara is allowed to score off that. So, hey, all things considered, that played out in their favor for Synergy again. And nice patience also not to rush it once I got it to the backboard. Just kind of, you know, eyed down the defense and just found an angle. But wasn't in a quick hurry to slap it or anything when they didn't need to necessarily. So, timing is there. The 3 is there. Apollo had the eyes open, looking like a satellite on that goal, and just saw it was exposed. And with that, we're right back within 1. The first round was taken, 17-4 in favor of Supersonic. Round 2, though, much closer. Much closer. And you love to see it. Quick shout out in the chat also, Razor Obey and Carshells for following here on the stream. And maybe following us into a late comeback again. It's Taco, up by 1 now. So after a couple goals in a row from Synergy, well, now Supersonic able to respond courtesy of Jake and Taco. I mentioned Taco was doing a good job with the disc distribution early on. Disc distribution, if you will. And Jake, kind of the same thing. The team play has been pretty on point there. Now trying to get some more of that as a grab from Average Male on the QB. Not going to be too contested by any defensive stack or anything like that. But they will get a pass to the station, so well positioned on this rollout this time as they start to fan the floor. Now, kind of a 2-man game. They got the cross. Don't need it because double cross is the defender. Somehow squeezed that through the slim cracks. And Pandu got it up by 2 because of it. So, hey, Synergy trying to make a round 3 occur yet. Just may. That goalie in some dismay, I must say. So Dark receiving the disc here in the tunnel. Has some time, has some space. Again, they got that great kind of cross positioning there. So making that triangle of passes. But Jake, hey, eyeing him down. Put on the old spectacles and say, hey, spectate this, Palidore. It's a tied game in the second round with 2 minutes left now. But there you go. Even though they did go for that shot. And I must admit, it's one of those cases where had it been saved, you would have said, well, he had 2 open passes, you know, one at the shoulder and nest, and they were well positioned. But because he made it, now 6 meters deep, you just gotta say, hey, well played. Now, Slim Kraken is trying to make another score a reality with a tied-up game, and now slapping it down. Laying the smackdown was Pandu. They're back up by 2. This is a pretty high-scoring affair in this round. Last time, all the points were really lopsided towards the favor of Supersonic, but now, well, everyone gets a piece. You get one, you get one, you get one, chat. All of you, look under your seats. But with that, Wet Taco over to Dark. And Dark getting knocked out as Taco sends it over to the tunnel. But looks like Pandu just doing a great job to contest. Oh, off the backboard, could it be? It's a 3. Huge hit from Synergy. They're up by 5. They've got less than a minute left. And that shot was perhaps the most important one of all, because that is the kind of shot that can really devastate a team, just mentally speaking it around. And simultaneously, that can get your team going. That can get you really fired up going into the next round. You love to see those long-range bangers just go in like that. Dark here is trying to make a little bit of a comeback and react to this little spurt that they're putting on for Synergy. And Synergy really lighting it up now, trying to line up maybe another opportunity. So round 3 is looking all but guaranteed indeed as we wind down this last 20 seconds. The question is just by how many points will this one end? Let's see. Will be grabbed by Jake though. So an opportunity, but fast on the approach was Pandu. Pandu, a million times it seems like. Every time a stack just goes and gets that disc at midfield, Pandu is there. So with that, hey. It's Synergy meeting the same scoring total that Supersonic did that last round with 17. And Supersonic this time held to 12. Alright, so with that, what's up guys again, as I see. Could it be an Andy W? And a Dox Fox, and Superstab, and Salvo. You guys are my mental salvo. You're keeping me sane. This is healthy. By the way, guess what I'm drinking? Guess what I'm drinking, because it's not what I normally am drinking. So now I'm very curious. Who gets it right? But alright, so as we do head off into this round 3 rather shortly, I mean, again, just, look, I'm just gonna say it, the assist, okay? Nothing more needs to be said. I was pointing it out, and even though, you know, we're going to round 3, I mean, even though Supersonic was feeling super hot in that first round, Synergy really came back at them. I mean, everyone in this entire match, they all got assists. And as I often say, it's my favorite thing to see. Love it. Phenom, you are correct. It is indeed the blood of my enemies, but that being said, I have no enemies, so there is no blood. There is no team. No, not what? Kombucha. How exotic. Nope, just Sprite, actually. Anyway, it's Pandu here with the disc, and Pandu sending it over to the midfield. So round 3 is indeed in store. We do have another match that's set after this by the bye, provided that the teams do wait. It's Breakfast versus Phoenix. We're trying to fast break. Breaking fast, Pandu. Once again, all that he can do is score. Just find that disc. Slim Kraken with a shot, or the pass rather. But we've seen that play last round, maybe 2 times, 3 times. I mean, they were getting some good scores off of those backboard plays from the top. Reminiscent of back in season 1, I think it was. Supreme Buns, I believe it was his favorite shot at the time. Of course, super diverse at the offense these days, but in any case, it's going to be a score right back, so it's tied up again, 2 apiece. No worries, no worries. Oh, Andy. Did Andy guess? He did guess Sprite. Well, therefore, you win something. I don't know what yet, but you won something. You have to get back to me in a little bit, as I'll think. But with that, bottom of the pocket going to be snagged here and taken into the tunnel. Actually just losing it, so instead it's going to be Dark with that disc, trying to slap it and just find a little control as it goes over to the outer bubble. I mean, the problem, Andy, the problem is, what is a door supposed to get a king, you know? I mean, don't kings have everything? That's all I'm getting at. Dox Fox, hey, subscribed there. 3 months with Prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. 3 months now, says 2 years tomorrow. Gonna be a hype, or tomorrow hype to be part of the community. Absolutely, I'm hyped to have you here in the community, and just yeah, look at all this growth as the lead grows for Synergy. It's crazy to think though that it's been a year, over a year at this point. You know, November 2019 when we first started, but 13, 14 months later, and I mean, 270 teams later, you know? It's been nuts. In the best of ways. Just as nutty as this game has been with some of these plays. Wet Taco over on out to the bow tie where it's intercepted by Mail. Definitely not an average game whatsoever. It's been quite good, quite great from Average Mail and his team. Able to come through with that victory, looking for maybe a reverse sweep here. If they can hang tight in these 7 minutes. I mean, they're looking good so far. There's a pass, there's a position. Oh, but the save! And then the regrab there from Pandu. Pandu losing it to Dark. Defense on the mark and get set, go. Because right back at him, though, is Rara trying to rally back for their team. But instead, it's Wet Taco getting it back. So now a chance for them to maybe tie with a long heave or take a lead at that if had that gone in. Still might yet as Jake tries to collect. They have some options up at the shoulder. Just gonna wind it in, but another grab. Look at that. Fantastic defense now. Both teams, both ways. Immovable objects meet unstoppable force. And right now, these teams just blazing it at full force. 4-2, 6:30 left. And right back into the orange side. I can only imagine another save is maybe on the way. Let's see, though. A 3-point shot. Gonna be grabbed out of there by Taco. So with that, a clear, and eyeing down some of the sacks maybe, but now the team's kind of all floating through the air, unable to get something together, and with a good stun, still losing it out though. Dark with the brawls. Wataco being brawled. Pandu resets, and that is quite wise, quite wise. But that said, quite nice were those eyes from Apollo trying to make the mark on the goal as it will be taken by Jake. Jake! Sending it really hot. Too much mustard, I suppose, on that. So in a little bit of a pickle, but that said, it's sticking it back to the nest. And tapping off the nest there is Dark. Dark into the goal, and it is, in fact, a tie. It took a while, almost 2 minutes.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And on that note, a supersonic boom from the chat. It's DuxFox TV joining the front row with 1,000 bits. Thank you so much. That is amazing from you. So not only the bits, but the subs. And you know what? You got all the Pally love in the world for that. As always, appreciate your support. So much. So much. And right now with a pass over there to, well, no one, because it's taken back by Taco. It's a tied game. We have a half this round remaining. It's been a thrilling one thus far. Pass off over there and into the corner. Pandu again. That time, off the nest, assisted by Rara. There was defense in the area. It was contested decently, but just able to squeeze through that crack of the defense. Not too shabby. Look at that. Our front row almost filled up, and oh man, Far getting kicked off. Kicked off the crown. So talk about kings. Apparently, Dux is now the king of the stream. So with that, though, my precious, it's over into the orange zone. Seeing if they can collect this. Stack coming in with some speed, and Dark. I don't know why I said Darth. I was thinking maybe Darth Vader, but right now some invaders in this zone will be snagged. It's Slim, Kraken, not Slime, but trying to get that, but no! Jake saying mine! It's back to the cloud. Andy's favorite spot, or at least mine, and it's over to Average, now over to Rara. Rara into the goal right at the feet. At the toes. 8-4. What a flurry. What a flurry. Man, right now, we're getting down to the wire, folks. 3:40 left. Name is Frick in the chat, enjoying it quite a lot. So am I. Spoiler alert, so am I. But yeah, with another return into the goal that, exposed, that could have been devastating here as they will take another shot. So, 2-point match. Dark this time, only 11 seconds into that joust. Little bit of a miscommunication perhaps on the side of Synergy. They weren't really able to get in position back fast enough. Just kind of floating around there and able to capitalize. Certainly was supersonic. 3 minutes, here we go. Here we go. So up top to the cloud and into the trap. The stack being, again, really bothersome. So another turnover, maybe? Yes, it looks like that's the case. But Dark couldn't find a teammate in time. It does actually kind of send it the general direction. So Jake was in the area at the very least. But definitely some aggressive defense, and this time Synergy definitely trying to put on some clamps outside of the bubble and doing pretty well on that approach. With that, getting back to the disc first, a couple of the players for Supersonic. But another grab, sending to the nest, and catching that somehow, but the save out from Dark. May have been a ding, perhaps, but still nice grab either way. Trying to snap back, again, back to reality, I guess, but there goes the gravity and into the goal. And they got the 4-point lead again. Wow, the clap back off the good save. And how many of those great head-on saves have we seen in this match? Phenom pointing out, saying they really like to windmill over here in these teams. Well, yeah, you know, sometimes you got to do what you can do, You know, it's just the defense. You've seen it; they've gotten some great saves. So I think when the disc is saved quite often, especially if the disc was just saved moments ago, the next time you drive into the goal, you're really thinking, well, now what do I have to do? Now I have to go pull a W, a Zach or Andy, and I have to go and twirl and whirl. But Jake there. A little bit less flash, but the points are points, and that is indeed the point. It's within 2. But yeah, when you get saved, it does make you think, right, when you're on offense, because it deflates you a little bit, and then suddenly it gets in your head, and you're thinking, all right, well, do I have to twist and turn? Do I have to paint this pocket, that pocket? Should I stun him? Should I, do this and that? Didn't used to be a problem, or it wasn't a problem in the past with Echo, because there weren't nearly as many great goalies as there are today. You can kind of name the amount of great goalies in this league, in 2018, probably on one hand, maybe 2, but they just were not that common. And now you have so many very, very capable mitts on the defensive end, and it's ridiculous. That said, a 2-point game, and we're going into the last minute. Currently, Synergy in the favor. Oh, that is so very close. From that full court clear into the goal. But that said, clearing it, maybe rushing it just a little bit here, was Supersonic. It's going to go into the goal now, or into the tunnel, as they seek out this goal. The sack's coming in. That could be a lead. Oh, but you just miss it. The rebound going to be had by the blue team, by Synergy, but right back to Jake. So costly. They were not able to take a lead, but they still may be able to send it to an OT. Could it be? It is. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, a game is being had right now. Incredible. Wow. Now, see, the thing is, this is where it comes down to, you got to get that last opportunity out of your head, where they could have maybe won the game with that 3-point shot, just got to be clean. They got to be clean. Execute this now in overtime. Both these teams, they are hot, and I mean that in more ways than one. Right now, I mean, they got to be sweating. The adrenaline is there. You know it. It literally does not get closer than this. Overtime of a 3rd round. So let's see. I mean, fast joust, headbutt joust, and out of there. Could not maintain control, but now the kind of delayed boost coming underway. And I mean, sometimes you see these overtimes end immediately off of headbutt jousts like that, but credit to Supersonic now holding on strong, trying to find their avenues. Let's see, it's Dark, trying to light that fuse. Oh, but they will not lose this. They will. It's done. It's done. It's Taco. He gets the grab back after the phenomenal save. What a play, and a play again. I hope these teams play again real soon, because I want to cast again. My goodness, Supersonic does it. Holy smokes, was that a round? And was that an OT? The clutchest save you will possibly ever see in a situation like this, followed by the clutchest grab and just dunk through right from behind. That was unbelievable. What a game. Supersonic and Synergy, go challenge each other again. I will cast that again this week. Wow. If you do. I need to see more. Give me a round 4. What a win. I really wish my settings weren't currently on permamute for the in-game players. I would love to hear some of those post-game comms. Wow. All right, well, to the score screen, ladies and gentlemen. Where are your points, Phenom? Oh, priorities. I'm worn out from that one. Jeez. I'll give you your points here. Crazy, though. Alright, there you go. That said, ladies and gents, I did have a match supposed to start. I'm hoping the teams waited. So I'm about to find out. Because this one did in fact get a little bit delayed, and I actually don't have invites, it would seem. At least not a party invite. So I'll probably throw you guys over to an intermission really quickly here. And just reorganize, see if we can get the next match going, which is to say, it's supposed to be Phoenix versus Breakfast. So get your snacks, get your dinner, and we are going to break fast towards the next match, I hope. Maybe. But I'll leave this on the score screen for a second while I reorganize, so we can get a look at what that round provided, that match provided. I mean, wow.
Don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink.
From getting going, and that's a good move from Ignite. The pass there, slowly rolling the way of VTS King. VTS slapping it over, a catch by Duel. Duel sending it to the sideline. Now will be Franz, rolling it up the floor to Wolf. Wolf on the approach, handing it up to the corner. There's a team play, but there is the save away, and Phoenix through to bring it within one. That was a nice one. Oh no, and the dab. Oh no, and the double dab. I'm done.
BTS King working his way along the left side. There's no pressure right now. He can take his time. He passes to the right. NTS Franz is below. Goes off the backboard. NTS Franz brings Ignite up by 9.
Not quite able to pick it up, and the shot goes out off the mark. Looks like it's going to be Gordon Jr. picking that up, doing a nice spin move, but the shot was off the mark. But he's able to get it that second time. What a pocket by Goran there.
With it at mid, sending it in, is going to hit Meatballer. Meatballer encroaching on the bubble. Al coming in. What a stop there by Cum. Going to be picked up by Al, and Ryan coming away with it, but Arkalis leader no Cum with another grab. Connor Chaos with it now. Connor Chaos going to back it up. 17 seconds, sending this one up, but red there by Jaywalker. Jaywalker with the clear.
Mozzie.
Mozzie, he's going to get his pocket picked. Ryan with it. Ryan Hager shot there from Jaywalker. That was disgusting.
Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. All knew the place where all this began. Start again. I'll see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes.
Alright, hello everyone, I'm back. Man, you know what? These teams gotta stop doing this to me. What I mean by that is, gotta stop having these kind of games. Can't take it. Came into this week saying, alright, Monday, Tuesday, I'm gonna take it easy on the old voice. But these people, they won't let me. But you know what? That's okay. I'm actually happy about that, because it's been nuts. Been fun. We got another one. The third of 3 on the stream. At least for this block, we got Breakfast versus Phoenix now about to start. So, muchos appreciation to these teams, by the by, because they both had been waiting the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so after their scheduled start time so they can get streamed here on VR Master League. And yeah, I really appreciate that because, not required, of course, if we, get behind schedule. But the fact that they did, I'm happy because that means we get to cast another great match. And expecting just that. The last one was a absolute barn burner. I mean, oh boy. My problem is in the first 2 days alone, there's already, I think, 3 matches that I want to make videos on. And I don't know how. In a timely fashion anyways, so there's so many great highlights. Man, I'm still not over that overtime that just happened there between Supersonic and Synergy. That was ridiculous. That save and then the take back for the dunk. Just bonkers. Anyway, that said, look at these two teams here. Gold and Silver, I mean, they're literally just a rank separating them at this point. Number 73 and number 74. It's Phoenix and Breakfast, respectively, here. And it's Phoenix, you can see that 5-4 record. 3-1 here for Breakfast. So for Breakfast, obviously joining in the last, I suppose in week 2, it would seem. And then for Phoenix, they've been busy. I mean, they've already got here at the beginning of week 4. They've already got themselves, well, it's their 10th game being played. So, putting in some challenge matches in there as well, it would seem. But yeah, all right, here we go. Ladies and gents, we're doing it again one more time at the very least. We got ourselves Breakfast and Phoenix with the roster over on Breakfast of Pop-Tarts. Fittingly, very fittingly. Creamy Sody, also fittingly. Land, maybe. And Vink. Picnic, I'll just call him that. Not really. But over on Phoenix's side, we got Breezebow, Vacant Sniper, and the Monster. Gotta spell it out like Dimwee. That said, Monster here is gonna be in the clear with maybe a drive. Has 2 teammates right across. There it is. There it goes. And there it was. Sniper. 2 points. Meanwhile, in the Twitch chat, I'm sure there's stuff that I probably may have missed. In fact, I'm positive there's probably stuff I've missed. If there ever is anything that you really want me to see, go ahead and use, those caster shoutouts, channel redemption rewards, because then at least I'll see it at some point, probably, because it sits in the rewards queue. By the way, I don't know if you're still here, but John Tejada, I saw you redeem the stream sticker. We'll definitely get that to you after these streams are over. I'll stick that on. By the way, stream stickers, if anyone was actually curious, you can access that by highlighting the Twitch video player while we're live. It should work as a shot goes out there, so hold on, backboarding it. But if you click it, it's kind of subtle, but you should see stickers appear kind of over in the bottom by that mini-map. And yeah, if you redeem those, you can get your team logos and such. Use as stream stickers, or as amazing things happen in the game, you can always react to it accordingly with those stickers. It's not a GG yet. Who reacted with a GG? I mean, it will be a GG. It will be a good game. But we're just beginning here. It's only 2 points in, ladies and gents. But nonetheless, by the top of the bubble, it's Creamy Sody with the recovery alongside, I'm gonna say Vink. If it's wrong, please correct me, someone, and or Vink if you see this later. Try to get the names right as much as possible. That said, I am Palidore, and that was Vink through the sink, or Vince making mince. One of the two is probably correct. Probably.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
But yeah, let's see. I saw Rara over there and saying, thanks for casting that, appreciate it. No, thank you. Thank you for playing it and for allowing me in there to watch and cast it, because that was exciting, that last match, of course. As here, Creamy Sody is going to anchor that out into the tunnel. So these teams getting together now in the mid lane, a big pile about to form, trying to shield himself, but taking it away now is Sniper, so trying to disperse just a little bit, but good lane coverage there, as Pop-Tarts gets a stun and the steal, but we'll be right back thanks to that redirected stack. Vacant now sending it across to Monster. Monster eyeing behind, has a time, oh, couldn't find the shot though, was going for kind of a, I don't even know what you call that, I'll just call it a fling. My words are just failing me ever since that last match, but you know, a throw. But there was no risk. Anyway, if I keep talking, it's gonna be a risk. So that said, I'm gonna stop. But over here is taken by Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts getting popped. And he's gonna be tart about that one, but sending it to Monster. Monster from the mid lane. And a very, very soft pass. No one really there, but it's soft enough where at least it's not gonna ricochet in a bad way. So they'll still be able to get it, and that's the thing about those soft passes, is if you don't have... Oh, nice shield, by the way, on Monster. But if you don't have those angles, just throw it softly. Let someone go find it. And that said, sending it softly and right into the goal, it's Monster. You see that last one, he threw really strong, and it kind of went wildly off that left side of the backboard. So that time, came in from a corner, but went in a bit more gently and was able to find the accuracy. So not too bad. See Zench in the chat asking, Pally, did you stop playing Overwatch? Yeah, quite a long time ago. For that matter, I've kind of stopped playing everything. Especially mid-season of Echo. I just cast, and that is enough for me, as the 3 might have been good, but Breezebo says no. Easy breezy on the recovery. Over to the Pac-Man now. Plea asking about the potato from Boosty. You know, I think I was told by the potato, but I believe I forgot to respond. Sorry, I'm very, very sorry. I'll respond back, but the pop into the goal is Creamy Sody. Soda popping into the goal, in fact. That being said, Plea, I'm very confused about the whole potato situation. And for those who aren't familiar, apparently there's a potato, a literal potato with my face on it or something like that. I don't really understand, but, I mean, I'm not complaining either. Whatever the case is, we'll be taken back here in the orange bubble by Breakfast and Co. You can see Land just standing strong in the back lane for the moment at least, as it's sent back into the blue. Creamy Sody with a disc tries to evade Monster half successfully. A double stun, and it will be Monster somehow dancing around the tunnel, is able to maintain control for a little while, but not long enough. A very quick fling from the side of Vink. Man, I'm always frustrated when I can't be certain in a word. But whatever the case is, it's taken by Sniper. Sniper from the top of the backboard. Eyes it down, and they're up by 2. Thus far, this match, just as close as the last one was, it seems like. Just goal for goal, 2-point advantage. Echo Salvo asking, both these teams are gold. Phoenix is gold, Breakfast is silver, but they're separated literally by 1 rank. They're 64th and 63rd on the ladder, I believe, so effectively gold. Certainly here, if Breakfast can come out strong in this match, may very well find themselves in gold, and, you know, Phoenix could be finding themselves in silver. So, got some division gambling at play here, in a sense. Oh, speaking of gambling, I probably should have started a prediction, huh? I might still yet. It's a close game, so hold on to your seats. Yeah, either of these teams, I mean, with a win or loss, could find themselves switching ranks with the other team. Divisions, that is. Going silver to gold right now, trying to go for the gold on that shot, but will be bounced off the nest. Creamy Sody couldn't quite collect, but will be a rebound from Sniper. Sniper sending it to the trap. No one really there. Stack eventually reaching its Monster. Monster now shielding, and right back to Sniper. Sniper, a very gentle pass, and going back to what I said earlier. You know, sometimes those slow passes, if you can afford them, are quite nice. Now, Sniper tried for the sidestep, but instead got stepped on, but now boosting through. It's going to be taken by Creamy. Creamy with an angle, but not for too long. Breezebo, the recovery, but good leeches and punches from Sody. Back to the wedge here, taken by Vink and Sniper on the bottom. So, with a disc lost once more, Sniper taking it back, but another bold punch gets off to Pop-Tarts. Not really going to matter, though, because this actually gives an opportunity for the stack. So they chain together and will be recovered into the midfield. All 4 players for Phoenix making their way down the line. And now trying to get cooking, but a good-looking dive. Breezebo. Now, the pass was correct. They're going for that backboard, but because the pass was thrown from a little bit far outside that bubble, and it didn't have enough power behind it, you know, that's when the goalie can dive. And again, it's those difference makers, those little things that they do actually add up to some big differences when you can put that into your gameplay as Vink puts that into the pocket. Wow. Nice shot from the shoulder. Does not quite get the three-pointer. It was just on that edge, 8 meters, but still ties it up. And I don't know, could we be heading to another overtime here on stream tonight? It stays like this. The answer is yes. That said, trying not to turn it over here was Breeze and Co. As Phoenix on this rollout, they will lose that control. Someone call Missy, but seeing if they can get that disc back, and well, there you go. No harm, no foul. Vacant needs to be careful. A turnover here would be very, very costly near that goal. And especially in the last minute. Well, there's a turnover, and there's that goal, so let's see in a second as that stack gets back, but couldn't quite get the grab. Creamy Sody does the dirty work and the cleanup to put them up. So Breakfast looking to maybe take this round really soon. But yeah, that is definitely the risk you run whenever you run those stall plays. If you have control of the disc on your own side of the floor, I mean, especially when you're close to your own goal like that. I mean, if you don't execute that to perfection, you're gonna be the recipient of some pain. Now that said, it's a 2-point game. A score here, they could tie, they could take a lead if they get bold, but losing hold of the disc. Unfortunate turnover there, as it will be a clear with 15 seconds left, so that could be costly indeed, unless a stat comes by really fast. Will be taken here, and trying to do it dirty with the mop up, but Vink couldn't find it, so instead back to the wedge. It's gonna be grabbed by Vacant, and indeed a vacancy in the goal. Actually, no, land was there in the land mass. But with that said, it's a 2-point victory, and it really just came down to those last 20 seconds, that turnover right outside that bubble, and the victory being had now by the side of Breakfast. Just narrowly. Anywho. Zench saying asking in the chat, how do I feel about Christmas questies starting VRML teams? First, let me hydrate 1 second. And second, okay, so I'm all for it. Why not? I say. The thing is, if this was Echo 2 years ago, if this was Echo maybe even 1 year ago, you would say maybe not the best idea if you're worried about match quality and you know, not being just stomped and blown out. You know, that was the thing when the game was super niche. It was not very friendly for new teams to come in. Same with, you know, back in ESL days. It's just kind of a result of the nicheness of VR at the time. You know, new teams would come in, they would get blown the heck out, and then they'd be done after a week or two. With VRML, though, like I said, we are approaching 270 teams or somewhere in that area. We started the season, by the way, with 229. We're near 270 now, just to give you an idea of how much we've grown, even in a few short weeks. So if you're a newer team who's just joining in this last month even, I mean, if you like Echo, you're dedicated to Echo, or you feel like, even if you're casually playing Echo, hold on, let's go for the good grab, actually, from Vacant. But even if you're not someone who takes it, you know, super hardcore and whatnot, that's okay, because there's a good chance that there are, you know, 50 other teams out there who are probably right around your level, brand new as well, and have only been playing for, you know, weeks or a few months. So yeah, with that, a rebound very nicely from Monster was had, and they get the first couple points in the second round. But yeah, so I say because of the fact that we are a very large league now and a very large game, it's actually extremely conducive to casual teams, new teams, even, you know, sub-level 50 players joining the league, because, you know, your first couple matches may be rough, like your first week, but very quickly thereafter, you're going to get into a situation where all the teams around you are close in level. Because make no mistake, look, the reason why we're getting round threes and overtimes now, it's been very frequent this past week as we get another shot from Sniper. Nicely placed pass, by the way, from Vacant, just very smoothly with it off the turnover. And sorry, don't mean to drone on, but I just, you know, I'm pretty passionate about it, is all. But yeah, that's the main thing. Is doesn't really matter what level you are. The reason we've been getting so many round 3s and overtimes here lately, it happens every single season since preseason 1 over a year ago. It's because the ladder system. You know, once you play a few placement matches, you're going to find yourself at the recipient of some really awesome competitive matches at every single division. Guaranteed at this point. Vacant here, losing out that disc, or loosing the disc, I should say, over to the midfield. Through that tunnel, they're very quick on the stacks. Doing a nice job of that. Now, of course, the thing about the stacks is you can't only be fast, you gotta be accurate with it, but eventually redirecting the momentum. It's Monster! And they will feast on another goal. Phoenix up ahead by a few goals now, 6 points. Pretty good, pretty good. Echo Salvo in there saying CV1 players will reign supreme as the only ones capable of flicking 19 meters a second. Now, the thing is, and I say this as someone who loves the quest, I love the quest and I love the CV1. CV1's a great headset. The thing is, the shelf life of that is only so long. Those cables, man. Everyone will be on a quest one of these days before too long. Mark my words as they mark the shot. Breeze bow. So at the moment, this round being opened up very nicely by Phoenix. They are causing turnover after turnover in under 20 seconds these last couple times, and they're scoring off of it. So, hey, as good of a round as Breakfast had in the first, able to win by 2 near that end. Phoenix, they have rejuvenated themselves. I'm not gonna make the other obvious pun. You know the one. But point is, Phoenix has found themselves a new life here, is all, in this second round, and they are looking good. They have met the total score. In fact, they've surpassed the total score that they got in the first round by a couple already. And the thing is, we've got 6 minutes remaining. So with another turnover, Phoenix, they're going to continue to just plow forward with a very, very strong lead and certainly some strong rhythm in their favor as it goes back to Monster at the bottom of the floor. Now, so Monster going to pop in and pop off. Wow. Monster right out of the closet into Breeze Bow. That's scary. The passes, though, very, very pleasing to the eye.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So with that, Creamy Sody back with the disc. Loosey Goosey redeeming Hydrate just a little while ago, and I will be glad to do so. I've been trying to do so. I've been casting maybe a wee bit too much. I'm starting to feel it, but can you blame me? We've had all these great matches, these teams, both Monday and Tuesday now. We've seen undefeated teams come in and try and maintain their records. Those are always exciting in their own right, but that's all right. So over here to Sniper with the disc. Sniper sending it to the tunnel to Breezebow. Breezebow has his teammates spaced out here in a pretty perfect formation, and just in terms of everyone has a line of sight to each other, everyone has a passing lane. So for newer teams, speaking of, that is what you want to do. You know, these teams are maybe at the gold division. That does not mean anything at this point, because in a scope of 270 plus teams, to be in the gold division, to be in those top 50, top 60, that means you can play. So just observe the positioning that you're seeing from these teams. From Phoenix, notice how, like, even there, look, they get the disc, what do? They fan out. They don't pile up. They're trying to fan out for their passes, and that's the thing. When you're walking up the floor in offense, try your best to always give your teammates all line of sights to each other. At the very least, give your QB a line of sight to you so that they have multiple passing options. That is a very, very important part. Look at that. Soft handoff there to Sniper. Sniper, soft one to Vacant. And that goal has been anything but vacant in this round. It is full of points going the way of Phoenix. That is great execution from them here. And with that, looks like a timeout from, well, not quite sure, from someone. So perhaps a tech issue, or perhaps just a more of a I need to breathe type timeout. You know, let me drink some water type timeout. And with that said, I will redeem the hydration from who was it here? Ah, yes, the Goose. I should have remembered. You were the one keeping me hydrated a few days back as well. All right. I am somewhat hydrated. Somewhat. I really should be drinking water, shouldn't I? That's okay. I'll go to some hot tea and honey later on. That's what I'll do. Don't you worry. I know, Lucy. I know. Shame on me. Can't help it. It was a sprite today. As Andy W from Four Kings answered earlier, he guessed it correctly. I'm still trying to decide what his prize will be. But believe me, he is getting a prize. Maybe it'll be the pally potato that I'm being sent. I don't know. F9, here. Great. You could answer this question for me if he's your homie. How do you pronounce his name? Vink? Vince? Let me know. So hopefully you know, if you're homies. And if you do know and you tell me, you'll be my homie. Caesar. Whoa. That's offensive. What did you just call me? And in any case, Caesar, my day is going really well, thank you. How's your day going? I assume pretty well, especially off of those that game earlier on. Have you cooled off yet? Did you stick your arm in some ice? Because I feel like you needed to. How was the trip to Rome, by the way? Just curious. Lucy Goosey saying it. That helps me not, dear sir. Vink. So Vink, that was correct, says Alpha. Awesome. All right, Alpha, you are officially VIP of round 2. Appreciate that. Thing is, there's so many names now. Pretty much on any given day of Echo, I'm gonna come into a cast, and there's going to be players that I just have not casted before, which is a lovely problem to have. But yeah, that's the reality. I mean, could do 100 casts every month, but chances are, with these teams, the new one's always joining, the new one's always forming, the roster's always switching. Not to mention rosters having 5 and 6 players for a lot of these teams. It's like there's always players that I just have not casted before, it seems like these days. But it's great. You know, it keeps things fresh for the streams, keeps things fresh for the casters, keeps things definitely fresh when you get these great games that do go to the round 3s and the overtimes, as we've seen. And yeah, Bree is or Vacant there in the chat, or in the game, who was also in the chat earlier on. But Vacant with the long arms. Know what they say about long arms? Long dunks and stuff. Speaking of, Monster having a ball. Definitely looking like a monster there. What breed of Chimera is this? Or is Chimera even a breed? Because they're like a mixture of breeds, something of that sort. Why is the game paused? I have no idea. It is quite a pickle. That much I do know. But it's paused for one reason or the other. Now, you are allowed 5 minutes on these tech breaks because this did occur in the middle of the match, as opposed to between rounds. This would be considered the one tech timeout for whichever team called it. I'm not actually sure. I would assume maybe Phoenix, because they're the ones currently missing a player, but I really don't know for sure. But yeah, between rounds, you're allowed to take a single timeout. Like if either team wants a between round 5-minute break, you can take that. And then once per game per team, they're allowed to take one tech timeout in the middle of the match, so while the clock is still running. But right now, clock definitely not running, although we are running out of theoretical time as we do get past that 5-minute mark, which is just about the limit. Granted, unless it's a ping issue, which I think it may have been, I don't know, someone, I can't tell if it was a crash or a ping issue. I know someone had 999, but sometimes that just happens when you crash out. So if it is a ping thing, then you would get, I believe, up to 15 minutes to grab a league substitute, basically, if that's the case. But it might be the case, because yeah, I can see Monster here is indeed spiking now that he's back and I'm paying attention. He is dangerously close to those high ping marks. 150 is the limit here in North America. If it spikes there, that's fine, but it can't be like sustained or frequent spikes. If that's the case, that's when you'll see mods get involved and substitutes from either the rosters or our league substitutes pool coming in. Now, with that said, actually on that note, on the note of substitutes, because we were talking about having new players like from Christmas time coming into the league as well. If you don't want to, or you don't want to commit to a entire team right now, or you don't want to be playing, or can't play the weekly matches, you can join as a league substitute. By the way, go vrml.com and /Echo Arena. You can register there under the register button. You can register as a league substitute, and if you are a sub, that means you can, basically dependent on MMRs and such, but you can be notified when teams need subs in the Discord, and basically have more flexibility and coming in to maybe, hop into a match kind of last minute and still get some competitive burn-in without the committal. That said, wow. Creamy Sodi with a pretty nice snag through right as the shot was wound up, so we are back into it. Definitely kind of a rough round so far for the side of Breakfast, but maybe they can use that defense that they had to provide a little bit of a boost, a morale boost, if you will. Monster with the disc has the backboard pass, gonna light it up. That's very slowly off the backboard, not able to grab the pass, unfortunately, so instead, maybe a turnover. Let's see, there's less than 3 minutes left. Round 3 looking pretty likely at this point, but we shall indeed see if that's the case. Right here, a stun attempt, but Vink just was not able to get the grab, so will be Creamy with a disc still yet, though, and another chance. We'll see. No, but flinging it into the bubble, no one there except the one defender, so vacant. Also, another question. Does anyone know, is vacant... Is that just vacant... Hold on, vacant placed from Creamy Soda. My question was he vacant ace and just... is one of the many people who have fallen victim to the dash at the end of their name. Seems there's a lot of players in this league who had like a 2-part name, and then they lose the latter half of their name, and they just add a dash in there. It's an odd trend. I'm not sure I get it. But in any case, a first 2-pointer going in courtesy of Creamy, and maybe Breakfast can use that to their advantage here to start building towards the third round. I think a comeback in round 2 is unlikely, but they did win the first round. So if they can just put together a few nice plays and string together some, well, there you go, some good defense, I mean, you can still take that with you, carry it on your backs and go into round 3 feeling more confident. As Lan, well, getting landed with a punch and landed into the goal. It's Jason. So on that note, looks like I do believe, unless I'm nuts, I don't think I am though. Pretty sure. So Jason stepping in here. I didn't realize it till now, but stepping in here as a sub, so it might have been a ping thing. As Monster gets the goal to go, 16 points. So let me check real quick here. Yeah, so Jason is a rostered member. So maybe just stopping in for, who was it? Sniper. Yeah, Sniper. There you go. So Sniper was here. And now Sniper is gone. But that said, Jason stepping in this round. His team definitely very successful so far in this second round with a just monstrous comeback, to say the least. Because, I mean, first round was close, 8-6. This one, they just kept it going once they got those first shots. Let's see, though. Jason with a disc and trying to send a bouncer of a clear into the tunnel. And now taken back, would have perhaps been a good shot, but instead, Vacant still able to collect. Over in chat, Southern Snipers saying, you mean the game effect? Yeah, well, yeah, kind of. Game, of course, from Joker, formerly known as Gamer Dude. Back in the day, but Game, just Game now, and indeed he has a lot of game. Game Dash. Applies to the other. Really, it's kind of almost the Joker effect, because Ryan, same kind of thing. He had Ryan Rhino once upon a time, but now just Ryan, I think. Maybe he changed it again. Dash as well. Is he still I don't think he's Dash XL. We think he's Dash as well. Dash Dash. But yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon. But anyways, a less interesting phenomenon is the fact that we have another round 3. Well, what I tell you folks, you can expect this a lot from here on out in VRML. Especially after those first few weeks of matches, as those ladders take place and kind of form to their own. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of round 3s. There was a point in last season, maybe some people remember who were watching, towards the latter portions of Season 2. There was one particular week, it was probably week 7 or 8, or basically a 1 to 2 week span in there, where the amount of overtimes that we were getting was actually ridiculous. And I really mean that. It seemed like every game had an overtime for about the span of a week. Okay, little exaggeration, it wasn't every game, but I'm telling you, a very, very high percentage. And I was casting a lot at that point, obviously, and just... yeah, but it's not really an anomaly. Echo Salvo asking, where is game on my tier list? I do not have a tier list. I'm way too diplomatic for that. I will say game is a legitimate superstar of a player. That much is very evident. I mean, you don't need a caster or an analyst to tell you that. You can just see it by watching him play. He is pretty ridiculous, some of the stuff that he does on offense, especially. But I mean, yeah. I mean, I played against him in the offseason a few times, and it was fun to watch or to be on his team. It was a lot less fun when I wasn't. I'll say that much. The dude, yeah, he's the gamer dude is a beast. But nonetheless, over to Creamy Soda. He's gonna get creamed. In fact, there with the stun, and will be scoreless so far. Start of the 3rd round. Teams trying to gather themselves in the stack. A little punch in the tunnel, and now taking it back is land. Now over to the midland, the midfield. Back by the trench. Trying to collect that one is Vink. But Breeze coming through, well, like a breeze. And in the wind, looking for the wind. But then again, a seal. Right back into the midfield. Now way in the back, it's land. Indeed, just laying claims, laying stake to that zone. And for the side of Breakfast, who again had a successful first round, they may very well want to start bringing up their goalie if they can here a little bit. Just, if nothing else, that's the thing. A goalie can also be definitely rotated into the midfield. So even if you're more comfortable kind of playing defense and stuff, you can, once they're on offense, you know, move up to the midfield, give your teammates an option for those passes and things like that. Just makes a big difference having an extra person that you can pass to in the back. But that said, Jason here, sending it over. Vacant, unable to grab that. It was a bit of a strong pass, but that said, a soft one, and they get it done. 2 points for Phoenix. F9 Alpha saying, I registered a team this week, but don't know how to challenge people. So if you registered this week, first you have to flag yourself as active, which is to say you won't be able to play until the start of next week. Matches come out every Monday based on, you know, active teams, so make sure your team is active. And as far as challenges go, you can do 1 challenge match per week with teams that are within a certain window of your MMR. So you can't, you couldn't challenge, if you're a new team, you couldn't challenge Joker, for instance. But yeah, so let me know if you have any issues, or of course you can visit our Discord, always full of helpful people, and our mods, as well as our new assistant managers, if you will, in the Ask Here channel in our Discord. So go visit that if you need some help. But that said, that was going to float into the bubble. Now Vink needing a little bit of help because of the stuns. So that said, a tap, and what is on tap? It's some Sodi! Wow! 3 points from that corner on just... what an accurate little fling. Look at that. Look at that. Not only was it accurate, it was through the arms of a couple defenders right in front of him. I mean, opening up the elevator door, that was pretty stellar from Creamy Sodi. And that's not even the first time in this match that Sodi has had some pretty spectacular points being scored. So credit to him, but that said, coming back, and wow, that was put in with some heat from Jason. Heat Jason. I think he's on another team. But that said, wow. So far, 3rd round looking pretty close. Much more like the 1st round. So on this rollout, taken at the tunnel by Vink. You know, Vink trying to roll up with 6 minutes left, but a good cutoff in the midfield by Monster. So Monster getting the clear, and now trying to find their stacks if they can. A good one coming in, but a better leech from Monster. Look at that. Monster just dealing some more damage at the midfield, as will be taken back by Pop-Tarts, but now back to Jason. Jason coming in the last round after those tech issues, I believe, and from Sniper perhaps it was. Yeah, and then the pass. Oh, the goal though! Maybe too wide open. Almost surprised by how wide open it was. Sometimes makes you think a little bit extra and then put in a little too much extra sauce, and with that, the opportunity was lost, at least for a moment. But nonetheless, it's going to go back to the midfield where Jason's able to get that one, dealing out some stuns once again as he tries to just clear it into the bubble. Now, the problem with that is Breakfast has had land sitting there in that bubble. And, you know, if you're going to throw a clear, throw it sideways. But if you just have it ricochet into that tunnel, it's a great save, goes in from Breeze. They were right there, so that was a pretty bold shot. I mean, might have been okay had they had an extra quarter of a second, but otherwise, good shot. But yeah, the problem is if you're clearing just directly down mid or just into the bubble, chances are it's going to go right to land. I mean, you got to be careful of that. And just keep the eyes peeled. That said, eyes peeled on the pass. Couldn't get that one as Lan slides it out. But Creamy takes it. Creamy sending it now. They can take maybe a lead here if they do get back in a hurry. There is one stack from either team about the same time. They're all going to stun each other, coming away with it. Oh, but now a ding for Vink. We've seen it both ways. And now another opportunity, just being sent into the tunnel on a clean wash as Vacant is stunned, left in place, and off the bounce pass. No hesitation on the release, but no results on the goal. It was nearly there. A great stun coming in, but the disc just not where they want it to be once more. So Vink, again, the takeaway. They have Pop-Tarts there as well. Jason giving him some problems with some more brawls, but Pop-Tarts, another stun. So the stun's definitely immense, but the real question is, where are the passing plays here? Because at the moment, anytime we get into this type of situation, I always say it, the first team to slow it down is going to have a better chance of scoring. Because otherwise, it is a pure gamble. Now, with that, Lolo saying, pretty sure now that I'm a sub, I can post clips. Do it, I dare you. You should be fine, and if you're not, I'll punish Nightbot instead of you, don't worry. Jason here, trying to get into the goal in a hurry, could not do that. Up top to Monster. Monster finds the goal again. Yes, sir, he's up to how many at this point? 10 points, so leading the way. Felt that might have been the case. Monster's definitely been the beneficiary of a lot of these passes or otherwise loose discs, and he's not missing too much. Doing a really nice job here in this third round and across the whole 3 rounds as we do wind it into the final, 2.5 minutes left. Alright, so on the trap, a couple players piling up here. Gonna be snagged and taken, but that root getting in the way over at the bottom of the floor. So more stuns and some good aggression coming out, not giving Pop-Tarts a whole lot of time to work with, and again, some good defense being provided that time. Jason, so cutting off with the lane coverage. You love to see that as they wind around the back into the pass, but unfortunately could not get the catch as Vink gets it once more. Vink through and into the bubble. That's going to bounce pretty close to the goal, but Breezebo is here with a recovery. Has a few seconds to spare before Creamy joins him as well as Pop-Tarts. So trying to link it over to Jason. Jason with a deep heave, but remember what I said, the goalie back here, got to be careful about those clears. They really could use some passes at the moment because they got a lead, but that's only by 3. And with 1:45 left, any points here for either team could definitely be the deciding factor in this entire match. So trying to play it close to the pocket, and it will be Creamy with a collection. Now trying to, there you go, space out, looking for some lanes if they can, but a little bit of a crisscross. The defense again from Jason, who's been doing very, very well for Phoenix here on the defense ever since he stepped in. He's really causing some trouble in that mid lane with that coverage. Now that said, it's going to sail right outside of that goal. It's a 3-point match here, and on offense maybe a chance to push it up even a little higher. Monster having it snagged though by Vink. trying to keep their team alive here and from going extinct. That said, Jason been the hero, and he storms in for the 8-3 advantage. He's been doing a lot of the little things that make the big differences, and then finishing that drive-in play for Phoenix. So that could be indeed the game if Breakfast does not score immediately. And at this point, they really need to bring everyone to the front line if they can, too. Give themselves options, because if they hang back, you know, they're going to lose anyways. So they need all personnel getting back in the front to see if they can do it. But no, the slap away and into the clear. So that will be taken by Land. Land looking for it. The time just about out, and pretty much is now, as they will sail and into their third round victory here for Phoenix. So able to make that recovery, and again was Monster. Why not? So not only the shots, but the shot saves from Monster today. And with that, the third round and the match is concluded. Congratulations to Phoenix for coming away. Hard fought, certainly, and in a reverse sweep at that. So very, very impressive anytime a team is able to do that, because it takes a lot of guts and a lot of concentration to not get down after losing one round, especially when it was as close as it was, basically. But as we go to the stats screen there, once again, courtesy of the great folks at Ignite and IgniteVR.gg, of course, where you can download the Ignite bots, as well as check out those awesome tools and the stats, and they provide, you know, the spectator bot that goes from pub to pub and that you see online on Twitch all the time, pulling the stats out. So, I mean, again, Ignite does some awesome things, has some awesome tools, and if you want to get a read at some cool stats and things like that, go visit their site. Same with Echopedia.gg for kind of a Echo Arena wiki of sorts on the Echo history of competitive play, mainly. So, a lot of cool stuff there. Shout out to them, as always. But all the meanwhile, excuse me, it's the end of this match, and I do believe the end of this block of streams. So, taking a look at the score screen here from Phoenix, who I, again, was pretty impressed with on their positioning on a lot of the attempts on the floor. You know, even when the passes weren't always connecting, you know, the intentions were still there, and they were still able to get some rebounds based off of it. So, you know, that's as important as anything else. Just, you know, playing it pretty well. Now, keep in mind, I think it looks like, actually, yeah. So these are clearly outdated stats. I think what happened, I'm pretty sure what happened is because of that extended timeout earlier on, that may have caused the bot to kind of refresh or reset the stats or something. So, unfortunately, not a complete stat line for you guys on that note. I do have 7 out of the 8 players actually still in the game. So here, let me, just for posterity's sake. Oop, one more left. There you go. You got to look at least at some of the stats before they completely disappeared. But still, I mean, the one remaining player, Monster, need I say more? That's a monstrous stat line for him. 60 stuns, first of all. 70 for Creamy Sody, actually, which is actually ridiculous, but, yeah. Alpha in there saying, Vink is French, but speaks English, sorta. I know no French besides omelette du fromage, basically, from Dexter's Laboratory back when I was a kid. That's about all I know. But with that here, we'll go back to the highlight screen so I can get a look at least at what the plays of the game were. And yeah, that was indeed a good game. Let me just check the schedule real quickly here and make sure there's nothing else going on for you guys. I know for me, I definitely need to take a little bit of a break, preserve the voice so I don't have to take too many days off of voice rest. Looks like we had Sputnik over on Channel 2 streaming some matches there. And we may still yet actually have Sputnik streaming Protostar versus Danglin Didgeridoos, it would seem, which is going to start in 25 minutes or so from now. So you will at least have another game coming up. Looking like on Channel 2, maybe Channel 1, either way, but just as well at the top of the hour, so about 55 minutes from now, you will have Elemental versus Average Joe's, also going to be streamed. And perhaps here, the Boho Bros versus Under Pressure. Dun 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 is what I am. I'm done for now. But if you want to join us for those streams later, would definitely appreciate that. And so would the casters and the teams. I'll probably be in there, at least in the chat. And if I happen to get some tea and feel a little bit better, I might even join for the cast just the same. But with that, I've been Palidore. This has been VR Master League. You guys have been great. Thanks for joining me and joining all of us here throughout the day. I will, in fact, drink loosey-goosey. Don't you worry. Appreciate that a ton. I definitely need it. I'm going to go get some tea and honey right now in your honor. But with that said, yeah, be happy, healthy, safe, and be loose and goosey. And we'll see you real soon. Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net. Don't be sad, Super Buddy. I'm always here, even when you think I'm not. Goodbye.